blessed ones of the nations of the world. This is your brother Dan Moses of Say Sakodie of TRC, Ghana, welcoming you from the land of my exile, America, where I'm being murdered by America for me being an African and just to cover up crimes against Ghana and humanity. From that land, America, I welcome you by saying Akwaba, Akwaba, Allen, Sahalen, Shagitam, welcome, Nganjoni, Benvindo, you are welcome, Kuso, Diwo, to San Senor, Okukulaba, Mauya, Mingalaba, Boye, Malamu, Karebo, Ekabo, no, Sanu Dezua, Enquantehena, Mitas, Duboro, Pezalovat, Bine I Vinit, Barigalus, Vita Iche, Ayubon, Dobridoya, Velcomen, Estan, Hozot, Walang Anumang, Bienvenido, Namaste, Swagatam, Kush, Ahmadid, Baruch, Haba, Marhaba, Wanyong Haminida, Wanying, Nyejeko, Anyemime, Nyejeko, We Zolo Novio, Miawezo, Akwaba to the program. Testimony New World Disorder. Testimony New World Disorder is the program through which you get to know what is happening to Ghana, America, humanity, and the nations of the world. It is the program through which we get to understand what is happening to us as members of the human race in these times of global deception, delusion, and lies that are willfully made up by some of the very people that we trust to be there for the human race, and yet have chosen to be the very people that are dealing with the human race so treacherously by deception, delusion, and willful lies, and have brought our world to this present state. Blessed ones of the nations of God, cover to the program Testimony New World Disorder. We are most grateful together by this program. We as well get to receive some divine guide, divine direction, divine insight that we may know exactly what to do in these times of global wickedness. Aquaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder. Humanity and the nations of the world. Last week, Friday, this is being recorded for the 17th, for the 19th of June 2020, 19th of June 2020, Friday. It is being recorded on the night of Thursday, the 18th of June. Humanity and the nations of the world. Last week, expose. We had made a statement to us that I have suffered huge damage. I have suffered a severe wound. I've been damaged severely. I said this, humanity, I said this for two reasons. One, to give opportunity to religious heretics, fanatics, and lunatics who have inverted this book, the Bible, to hate me and to seek to end my life with their government, the US government. I said that so I give them the opportunity to hate me and hate me the more. And I declare to them proudly that I am a Christian, Christ is my Lord. I am an African and I am Ghanaian. The second reason for which I said to us that I have suffered a severe wound, I have been damaged terribly, is that I have been as a result of the Montgomery County Police, the FBI, the terror cell that is called the 7-Eleven Company, and the terrorists of this very cell, their intense persecution against me, night and day, ceaselessly, has resulted in me having a very terrible internal bleeding. I'm bleeding internally, which is manifesting outwardly. I'm bleeding terribly. I'm in the situation of life and death. So when I said to you that I have suffered damage huge, I was speaking to you something that is very, very dangerous and happening to me. And blessed ones of the nations of the world, it is well. It is well. Aquaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder. humanity, as a result of the Montgomery County Police, the FBI, the criminals that have been recruited to act as customers for the cell, for the terror cell, that's 7-Eleven company, the U.S. government, through the FBI, Montgomery County, dumping so much money into the company, the Henderson Corner, Germantown, 7-Eleven store. The company is making so much money even at the time of global lockdown, when America has been locked down, businesses have been are not making headway. This 7-Eleven company is making so much money between the month of March till this day, the 19th of June, which this expose is coming to you. I tell you, I dare the FBI, the Montgomery County Police, that they have dumped so much money into the company to the point that there is no, I dare them, and I call on the US government to go investigate this out. I call on international intelligence bodies to go investigate this out. I declare that there is no company, 7-Eleven company, in the city of Germantown that has made as much money under this global pandemic that we are told. There is no single 7-Eleven store that has made so much money as the company that I work with, which is being used by the Montgomery County Police and the FBI to willfully make up false evidence to cover up the killing of Ghanaians, the killing of Africans. There is no single store that has made as much money as they have made. 7-Eleven store in Germantown, not one have made such as much money as they have been making. For that reason, this same week, the company has been hiring. I say it again, they have been hiring, and they have hired an individual who is working, who has started work this very week. That testifies, shows United Nations, heads of the nations of the world. I'm saying this that we know because of there's so much money that they are making. They have hired, they have started hiring, and an individual has been hired today. The FBI Montgomery County go and investigate this out. You are dumping taxpayer money into the company. Blessed ones, while the U.S. FBI Montgomery County Police are using the company to persecute and to murder me on the job and murder me in America, brought me into a situation of bleeding, physically bleeding. The Montgomery County Police, the FBI, should keep it from America and the nations of the world that it is that company which they have taken over to cover up the killing of Ghanaians, the killing of Africans. And for that reason, legal documents that has gone to the U.S. Justice Department, have gone to the the Director General of the U.S. Government, the Director General, that has gone to the U.S. House of Congress, the U.S. House of the White House, the document that have gone, legal document that have gone to the International Criminals Court, and the same documents have gone to the United Nations, which documents were to go to the Montgomery County Police, and have gone to the FBI, the authorities of the U.S. government. For the past 1 month, the FBI have colluded with the Montgomery County Police and 7-Eleven terror cell, which they call a company. They have colluded with them and have withheld the document that were supposed to go to the Montgomery County Police in colluding with the Germantown Post Office, that the documents should be held by the post office and not be delivered for almost 1 month to cover up the fact that they have received the legal documents and yet they have taken over the 7-Eleven company and are persecuting to get me murdered on the job. For that reason, this same week, I had to inform the U.S. government, the U.S. Justice Department, the United Nations International Criminal Court, that this is what the FBI and the Montgomery County Police are doing willfully with the Germantown post office refusing to deliver the document that they were supposed to receive as part back a month ago. There has been leaked documents before that. Before these, they have received documents, legal documents from me, the Germantown Police. But however, because this exposed them in a willful intent to defraud me as they are persecuting me to get me murdered on the job, they had to withhold the document. Humanity and the nations of the world, after having told the authorities of the US and international authorities, the United Nations, the International Criminal Court, that I am submitting the document one more time to the Montgomery County Police, and I did this week on Monday. The Montgomery County Police and the FBI have plotted with the German, the 7-Eleven store where I work with. I dispatched the document to them on Monday. On Tuesday, I had to send another document to the United Nations and to the international authorities, to the U.S. Justice Department, and served a copy to the 7-Eleven company. The Montgomery County Police, the FBI, as part of their cover-up, because they were feeling too uncomfortable that the 7-Eleven company has received the legal document, they decided on Wednesday, when I went to work, they plotted that the manager, whose same manager is hiring this week, and I've hired an individual, and the individual is working this week. They made him to decide to tell me not to come to work. As from next week, they would call me because there is no business. America and the nations of the world, because of my peaceful right for justice and my right to work, my refusal to let the company defraud me to work as a slave while my income is taken, the company is being made to retaliate, is being made to discriminate against me, to take my job from me unlawfully. U.S. Justice Department, the Labor Commission of the U.S. government, Humanity and the Nations of the World, UN High Commission for Human Rights, all bodies in charge of human rights. This is the 21st century. This is happening in America. United Nations, I have said to us that this week I've said to us, to the U.S. government, that the U.S. government willful murdering of an African to cover up crimes against Ghana and humanity is a willful endangering of global peace, security, and stability by America, and thus must be stopped by all nations of the world. By America, those that believe in the human race must rise up in America that they stop this evil being perpetrated in the 21st century of murdering an African to cover up crimes against humanity. Humanity and the nations of the world. I hold in my hand a paper. It's a U.S. currency. Blessed ones, noble people of Ghana, with this paper, the U.S. government, America, hear this, your government bought the minds of willing family members of mine in the land of Ghana. They bought the land of fellow Ghanaians with this paper and turned binationals against each other. They turned my family members against me after having set them up with this paper, with a paper which they called money, the US currency, to aid the US government and traitors in the land of Ghana to get me lynched, to get me murdered, to get me kidnapped. They used this paper to do that evil. After the US government getting to know that the power to end my life is not in the hands of my family members, it is not in the hands of the US government, it's not in the hands of men, because God owns my life and keeps me, preserves me. The US government decided that in collusion with the traitors of Nana Addo Akufo Addo's government, they must go after my same family members and start killing them one after the other. And they have started killing them after they set them up with paper. Under 5 weeks, they killed 2 of the family members, and not the government of Ghana, not the family members. Nobody should speak about it. The government of Ghana must take over the family and willfully cover up the killing of my family members. And they have gotten to the point of the government of Ghana approving for the US government to murder me in America in the 21st century, to cover up the killing of my family members, to cover up the killing of diplomats of Ghana, religious leaders, celebrities, my people that have been killed like animals by America and their crime counterparts. Humanity and the nations of the world. Akwaba to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. This is what is happening under the cover of coronavirus and global lockdown. Blessed ones of the nations of the world. This is the 21st century. America, this is the 21st century. Yet your government, the government of America, calls the buying of Africans, Ghanaians, with paper to kill each other, to destroy each other's life. The government of America calls that civilized. They call that civilization. They call that the peace, the security, and the stability of America. But humanity and the nations of the world, you know, and I know, we know that we call that the willful endangering of global peace, security, and stability. Blessed ones of the nations of the world, this is being done by America in the 21st century. U.S. Justice Department, U.S. House of Congress, the White House of America, the powers that be in America. I did not come to you with weapon. I did not come to you with bombs and bullets and knives. For my people that have been killed by America, for they being Ghanaians, for they being Africans, I did not use any weapon in revenge for the killing of my people. I came to you and I came to your own law. However, this is what your nation, your government has continued to do against your own constitution, against national and international law, against my right to live as a fellow human being. And I'm being murdered by your government, while the whole world must remain in silence. Blessed ones of the nations of the world, Akwaba to the program, Testimony, New World Disorder. We want to assure the US government, Trump, Donald, Your Excellency, and your administration, we want to assure Nana Addo Akufo Addo, who have mandated to get me murdered, to cover up the killing of my family members, to cover up the killing of Ghanaians, to cover up crimes against Ghana and against humanity. I want to assure them that I would not die in my weakness. I have gotten very, very weak. I've lost so much blood. I want to assure them that I would not die in my weakness. I would die. If I would die, I would die in the strength of God. And they should take it to the bank that I would not die in my weakness. Uh, I would die if I have to die in the strength of God, and they shall know that the life of the African, the life of humanity, the life of your life, my life, is not in the hands of the US government. It is not in the hands of the government of Ghana. It is not in the hands of men. Blessed ones, I am in the point of life and death. However, I want to declare that I fear no death. I declare to the US government, I fear no death. I feel the pain of death like my Lord Christ Jesus. In the situation in which I am, that I'm being murdered by the state of America, my right to work is willfully denying me. Every right that is due me as a human, my right to legal representation is denied me. My right to medical health for my physical damage of my body is denied me. The medical field has been made so dangerous to me that it has been turned an execution chamber, a place of persecution that is being used by the US government to seek to eliminate me from life, that I cannot even access medical help from any physician in America. I don't have any insurance to help me access help in America. Beside that, how dangerous the medical field has been turned into against me by the US government, against the ethics of the health sector, which says do no harm. However, they must use the health sector to seek to get me murdered. It has been so dangerous to me that it is impossible for me to access medical help from a physician and from any hospital in America. As a result of that, today, the 18th of June, I had to reach out by the grace of God to a medical officer in Ghana by phone. And the medical doctor prescribed medication for my bleeding. And it is not possible for me to get it because I cannot get it over the counter. And no medical doctor, he recommended it for me. He cannot prescribe it from Ghana. And I can't get it to help my bleeding. So I must bleed to death. Doctor, thank you so much. What I cannot tell you or you don't know is you have made some nice suggestion that I should get legal representation, and by law the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is supposed to represent me and stop this murder, the persecution against me by the US government. Your statement proved that our state is being betrayed. What you don't know is it is official position of the government of Ghana, the government of Nana Addo Akufo, that I should be murdered by the government of America to cover up crimes against Ghana and against humanity. In Ghana, before the court, I was put before the court, and the judge of the Winnipeg District Court was made to tell me to choose between persecution in Ghana and persecution in America. This is a total betrayal of our state. Doctor, I thank you so much for your attempt to have saved my life. I have the medication which you mentioned to me. I have it. I've tried many pharmacies and I cannot get it because I would need a physician to prescribe it to me. And going to a physician amount to death by phone call. The US government, the FBI, the CIA, they track me everywhere. They would get all they are seeking is to let me put my life in the hands of a medical officer. They tell the medical officer, inject him and kill him. This is what they have done. They have used that strategy to kill many Ghanaians. They have done that. And our government is covering up. And they have for years been seeking to do that to me. And God is preserving me. Doc, I love you so much. God bless you and God bless our homeland, Ghana. humanity and the nations of the world. This is Osei Sakodi coming to you with a program, Testimony, New World Disorder. I am being murdered by America in the 21st century against their constitution, against national and international law to cover up crimes against Ghana and humanity. But we want to declare that I will not die in my weakness. Your Excellency Donald Trump, watch out for me. I will be coming to you any moment from now, to your White House. Don't live in fear and lock down the White House. The African would not die in silence. He will not die in secrecy. I had to be out that the US government murdered me openly in the sight of the world. This is our pride as Africans. In the 17th and 18th century, my fathers and mothers were their precious life were destroyed in this land. It is no secret to America. It is no secret to the person of color. It is no secret to the Caucasian. It's no secret to the Hispanic. It is no secret to anybody in America that my fathers and mothers were put in chains and bonds. They labored in the land of America and they were not paid and their lives were destroyed. It is no secret. And this is the 21st century. I am not surprised. I'm not shocked that America is doing this in the 21st century. You know, American, noble American, you know what your government is capable of doing to your own life. I am a foreigner. A Ghanaian is who I am. That is who I am. Therefore, if I know and you know what your government, against their own laws and against international law, do to your own people, I'm not surprised that the US government is murdering me in the 21st century. And they are calling it civilization, they are calling it civilized, they are calling it their peace, their security and stability. But you know what we call it, you know what you call it. We call it, and we have called it to the United Nations, that it is the endangering of global peace, security and stability by America. And all Americans who believe in the human race must arise with humanity and the nations of the world and stop this barbarism. I say it again, stop this barbarism being perpetrated by the US government in the 21st century. We must arise and stop it from catching global fires. We must stop it because we can. God bless you and God bless my homeland, Ghana. Bye.